Good night. 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 Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. So we got some things to talk about today. It is your man speaking on behalf of the higher education navigator. Man, happy Friday. Happy Friday. For all my people out there, all my sports people, you know, I heard they got the college, what is it? They got the Miami. Look, they got the Miami football versus what? Indiana game on Monday. I hope y'all, you know, I hope y'all enjoy yourselves a little bit, but it ain't really gonna solve no problems with that student loan debt. I'm coming a little cut on this one. It ain't gonna help solve your student loan debt problems, but I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get everything that you desire out of that game real quick, because I'm not sparing nobody today. I'm just keeping it buck a little bit. I troubleshooted some of the camera stuff, so hopefully we look a little good to you. Is that the monitor you see? So y'all see my extra monitor right there? I kind of like that actually. It looks a little, I don't know. So you know how we do. Gotta get your attention a little bit. What y'all know about that? All y'all do is type on y'all computers. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about that. All right. For real. As the title says, the cost of attendance explained. What colleges don't break down for families. So this a little, I'm gonna spit you some off the dome. I hear, what is that sound? I heard something just then. I think I'm just hallucinating. But where was I going with this? I got a little post that I can start with from LinkedIn. It's a little straight off. Like, I don't even know this guy posted it. I don't know how true this is. Hopefully he put a link in it and takes us to it. Let me see. Is my screen closed in a little bit? All right, before I share it with y'all, let me see how I look over here. All right, so let me share my screen with you all. Okay. All right. So I don't know this person at all, but they posted something that caught my attention, something that I can rap to you about. So it's pretty much about rankings. Forbes supposedly dropped some rankings. So let me fact check that real quick. Forbes college rankings. I think they just dropped this. Let's see if we can even get that far into it. Let's see how accurate this is. Number 1 was MIT. He said Columbia was number 2. That's about right. He said Stanford was number. He said Princeton was number 3. Stanford was number 4. All right, so it checks out a little bit. It checks out. It checks out a little bit. So where do I start with this? Of course, some of these are like top tier Ivy. Some of these are regular schools a little bit, but some of the, like Vanderbilt is up here. That's pretty incredible. Vanderbilt is up here actually. And what's another one up here that's pretty normal? Rice actually has sports programs. I know them about sports programs, but Rice is actually on this list. Rice is actually pretty. I've been hearing a lot of good things about them when I was in grad school. We cover a lot of these colleges, which is impressive, right? But the most surprisingly is Vanderbilt. As you see the ranking, they said MIT is number 1, Columbia is number 2, Princeton's number 3, Stanford's number 4, UC Berkeley number 5. You want to know all the common things this list has and like all these schools have in common? If you go to this school or one of these schools, you're more inclined to get a very, how can you say, pretty good job. A pretty good job. Now, what if you think what's that? I'm not good enough to go to these schools, Henry, or speaking. I'm not good to go to these schools. I be going by these aliases. I'm not good to go to these schools. Yes, you are. These schools are not teaching nothing different. I think they'll give you more real life perspective and, you know, just some realization, just some unique perspective. Now, these schools probably have more resources that can save you a lot of money. I actually been recommending to people if they went to regular schools, and undergraduate, and they're going to graduate school, you should look into these schools and see how they treat you if you was to go graduate level with them, like masters, doctoral, and just see how it is. See what kind of resources you would have. Excuse me, because these schools, they get a lot of money from their state, and you see a good few of them on the California, Stanford's in California. There's another school up here. Somebody gonna be like, that school's in California. Look, I don't know every school by their state, but a lot of these schools are up north, California based, out of state for most people. If you're like me, I'm in Georgia, and I wasn't able to go to these schools. I didn't even do the disclaimer. Let's do the disclaimer real quick. We didn't even do the disclaimer. We just jumped straight in. We didn't even do the disclaimer. Yet. What a disclaimer. Because I can't have y'all get mad at me. Let me see real quick. Let me get y'all attention. Let me see. My screen got a little dark just then, but that's because the other screen is dark. My main screen is dark. That's why. Disclaimer: the videos presented here are for informational purposes only, and therefore, if you are to choose to attend an institution, please do your own research and consult with a specialist at that institution you are interested in. I am not a financial aid specialist, academic advisor, or representing any institution. Speaking on behalf of Creator, Henry is only speaking from his experience. All right, we got the fun stuff out the way. So some of you might be wondering, why am I talking about these schools? Why did I even bring this up? Don't I supposed to be talking about community colleges? I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason I brought these schools up is because you have something to offer. Starting at a 2-year and bridging to a 4-year. I'm not exaggerating when I say this. You have something to offer. Sometimes I have to remember, why did I start this channel? Why do I talk about these bigger schools? And sometimes when you're doing the content and you're making videos and you're researching, you can really get lost in your mission and your vision. I got my boy Sam up there. Y'all see my boy Sam? That's my financial aid person. I just supposed to close that out. You can get lost in your mission and vision sometimes. And what I mean by that is, you have something to offer. If you know me, you've been rocking with us, you know that I wasn't even fortunate enough to go to any of these schools on the list. And honestly, I didn't have the SAT. I didn't have the best. I didn't have the best SAT. I didn't have the best ACT score. I didn't have the best writing essay score. I didn't have, I didn't have the fanciest GPA. I think my GPA was a 3 flat when I came out of high school, 3 flat. But I was a special education student on top of that. So you have something to offer. You can start a 2-year bridge to a 4-year through the articulation agreement or a pathway agreement. Why do I always recommend 2-year colleges on this channel? I'm not talking about doing trades. I'm talking about actually going to a 2-year and getting your associates, after leaving the 2-year, getting your bachelor's. Why do I stress that so much? It changed my life, literally. Um, you know, it was like, guys, like my situation was like, graduate high school with $0. And graduating with $0 is just like, hey, you gotta get it out the mud. You gotta start scraping. You gotta start digging, get another shovel and keep digging. And so that was a journey in itself. And it got me out of a poverty environment. And a college education alone just changes everything. Like, as I always say, a college education gives you a better understanding of the world if you take the right classes. Of course, I'm a strong believer in taking classes that really interest you. Because if you take classes don't interest you, you're just going to probably nowadays. Back in, it's funny. I'm not even that much older than some of y'all who ever catch this, or if you are young. But when I was in college, we used Check. We used Check, Google. It wasn't no AI overview or nothing. Nowadays, if y'all want to get assignments done, y'all could just use AI to help y'all. So you can learn from it and learn your schoolwork, but it's nothing more like reading that fine print. And then now we talk about the dollars. I'm gonna just keep it simple. It don't matter what school you go to nowadays, but if you stay on campus at that university, even at 2 years, if you stay on campus, but more realistically, you're going to stay on campus at a university. If you go to a 4 year, start at a 4 year, right? You stay on campus to get a meal plan, housing, you are going to be more inclined to get student loan debt. That's going to be an extra $10,000 in one semester for you, or for the year. But you're definitely going to pay $10,000 or more for the year if you hit housing and meal plans. And a lot of people go to these schools on this list right here. But I always tell people, you need to know what you want to go to school for. You need to know your end goal. And I'm not preaching. I'm just saying, like, if you told me you wanted to work in higher education, like me, I'm gonna roast myself. If you said I want to work in higher education like you, like me, well, it don't really matter what college you go to in that regard. You don't need to go to MIT, Columbia, Princeton to do what I do. Like, I feel like I'm better than all of them. They probably won't admit it, but I feel like I'm better than them. If we had to do it, of course, at my niche, because every person you admire who went to these schools probably didn't get a debt-free degree. They probably got a debt-free degree because they had the brains, the full ride academic scholarship. Like, how many people get full ride academic scholarships? I have not met. I know. Do I know one person? I think I know one person who was on a presidential scholarship in undergraduate. But that's one out of, how many people I met going to college? Not friends, but met. Like, you need to get yourself paid to go to college. It's something you don't want to hear, but once again, you got to shop your way around. Like, I'm such a big advocate. Like, I rep my 2 years. You can see I got the money in the cup back there. I had switched it, swapped sides with the Georgia Tech one over there. And these schools, I love seeing these schools because, it doesn't get advertised that, oh, how did you save all that money in college? And it's like, I didn't get the meal plan and I didn't stay on campus. Where did you stay? I did what a grown up would do because technically I'm grown. Once I graduated high school, I shopped around for apartments with roommates and I got an apartment. And I didn't know the roommates. They have those options where you can find roommates and you're not responsible for them and live on your own. You know, like, universities are so, I can't get mad at them because people do it. Universities know how to just give you the lowest quality of something and upcharge it. It's a basic business model move. Like, they just know how to, I'm gonna give you this bedroom. You're gonna share it with somebody. You might have to share it with other 3 people. We're gonna look at it. Actually, that's what we're gonna do real quick. We're gonna go down the list, starting with MIT. They might have some nice dorms. We're gonna start with the number one school, and we're just gonna look at their dorms. That's what we're gonna do to get your attention on this channel. I'm coming so raw. I don't care how long this take, but that seems a little bit interesting. Like, I really just gotta put you on notice. Like, why are you going to the university? Please comment. Please let me know. Cause I be talking to myself most of the time. So I would just keep, doing it. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe. And we got our 100,000 views coming in, respectfully. We got our 200,000, we got our almost 200,000 subscribers now. We really just helping you save money in college. Like, we tell you about how to be a transit student, how to get articulation agreement, how to be a transfer student. And we telling you, like, we don't even mention the scholarships, because if we learn the scholarship route, that is just cake on the icing. Like, we are literally teaching you, like, if you tell me how much money you have for your financial aid, like, you should have around this, split it in half. Hey, you need to go and shop around at these schools right here. Like, what schools are in your area? Once you find out what schools are in your area, we're gonna help you save a lot of money in college. But if universities don't help, if the universities don't start getting a grip on, like, how to save money, like, not save money, but figure out how to lower their prices, it's gonna be a long day at the office. I'm surprised the University of Chicago is up here though. I've been seeing some bad stuff about University of Chicago. I think they're like University of Chicago is like really in a lot of debt. I'm surprised they even they're in top 13 as a great institution still. University of Chicago is not the same. We're gonna speak on that. We're gonna speak on that punchline. All right, let's start with MIT dorms real quick. Cause they say MIT got the best. I think we just did a review on them. They said MIT got the best. No, that was UMass we did. First, I gotta figure out how to spell it. Institute of Technology. I'm strictly going to their dorms. And that's just how it is. Remember, always go to the magnifying glass. Like, I gotta use this real quick. Like, click on the residence halls. All right, they got a lot of them. They better have a lot of them. The number one school in the nation. They better have a lot of dorm options. All right, let's go in order. Let's just start with Baker House. Oh man, they already got it right there for us. Dining program, meal plan required. Look, man, that's why I say if you stay on campus, you gotta you stay on campus, man. You gotta get a meal plan. They said room costs per semester between $6,000 pretty much and $7,500. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. These dorms about the same price though. Oh my goodness. Let's see how much. Not how much, but how does it look? Let me see. They got the dining house team. Let me see. Yo, they not even showing how the dorms look. That's a little. So you gonna pay all that money for your dorm, but you can't see how it looks. All I see is fun stuff. I don't see nothing fun about this. I don't see nothing. Show me the dorm. Look, they got the room types: 40% singles, 44% doubles, 16% triples. Wait, 3 of us in the room. We are not on a deployment. Where is the hey man, people okay with this vague information. I can't get mad. If people are okay with vague information, I can't get mad. But I wanted to start off talking about that I'm gonna go to the next one because I did say I was gonna go through this, but as far as I'm looking right now, I'm not impressed. Columbia, one of my people went to that school. They'll be on the live screen with us. I'm gonna skip that school because they always talking about it. I'm gonna skip that out of love for them. Let's go look at Princeton. I don't hear nothing bad about Princeton. Princeton probably got some nice dorms. It's Princeton. You can't have a name called named Princeton and not have a nice setup of dorms. So let's see. Look at that. Look at that. Look at him. He looks serious. He looks serious. Let me see. Dorms. Let me see. Your dorm room. Nope, that's not showing us the dorm. Right now we're looking for Princeton's dorm. Dorm services, that might be it. No, we don't want to know that. We want to know. No, that ain't it either. How does the laundry service work? The undergraduate student government and the university student life committee have compiled, I think it's compiled or comply. I think it's compiled though. These guidelines to follow while using the laundry rooms on campus. Use whiteboards provided to indicate where you have placed laundry removed from a machine. Laundry from washer 2 is in bin number 4. Pick up your laundry in a timely manner. Place laundry. What? I'm sharing my laundry room to go to a top-notch school? They got a lot of laundry rooms. That's probably why they charge you so much. My goodness, they got a lot of laundry rooms. Dang, you go. Huh. I wonder if a homeless person ever tried to go wash their clothes on the campus. Got me thinking. That's a lot of laundromats on the college campus. But where is the dorms? I'm trying to see the dorms at Princeton. Has anybody go to Princeton in the chat? Please let me know what the dorms look like because I have not found them yet. I think this is it. Let's see. That's a nice little setup. And that person get their own room. That's a nice little setup right there. That's a nice little setup to be in college. You know, it's a nice little setup. For which campus though? Like they killing me, bro. They killing me with this. Some schools show you the dorms, but you notice they're not showing it. You notice they're not showing many of the dorms. Like we clicked on one. I see somebody popped in here real quick. Yeah, I see you in here real quick. They showed us this. Oh, don't run. They ran out. But look, man, that's wild. Let's go to the next school. You see how hard it is to find the dorms, though? That's for Princeton. I have not found a picture of the hallway, the dorm. You know, usually when you finna go rent a house or rent an apartment, rent out and live there, you got to see all the pictures, like how it look. Boom, boom. I guess that's why I say do your tours in real life. Do your tours. You don't know what you finna get. All right. I'm gonna skip. This is gonna be the last one. I'm gonna go to Vanderbilt because I know Vanderbilt actually just had expanded their campus, which I'm gonna speak on a little bit about. So I'm gonna go straight to Vanderbilt real quick, and then we're gonna move to our next topic because we're coming up on 30 minutes. So let's do Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt secretly. I did not know Vanderbilt was a private university, and I did not know there was in Nashville, Tennessee. I did not know that. Don't judge me. I did not know that. Interesting. All right, y'all. We got Vanderbilt. You see them celebrating the football team because you pay for them fees. You pay for them fees. Maybe, man. It's crazy out here. Wild, wild west. Wild, wild west. Hey, let me see if I get my financial. Hey, let me see if I can get my secret financial person on here. Financial aid person, real quick. Let me see real quick. Let me see if I can get him on here. I ain't gonna get him right now. I ain't gonna disturb his peace because we still haven't. I still have not officially got his approval just to be calling him at these hours of the night to talk about this. I have not. So let's look at dorms. Let's look at the dorms because we ain't find out. Remember, it's a magnifying glass on every college website. Man, why are we not getting any attention about this? I am teaching you how to go on a college public website and find the information you need to save money in college. I am teaching you, showing you, believing in you on how you can save so much money just by typing in like tuition and fees or something, or dorms, like housing. Literally, if you type in housing, then hit enter, it takes you to it. They have to have it up there. Look at this. This college has a hotel. This college has a hotel. They're not the only ones playing Monopoly out here. Georgia Tech has a hotel. It's pretty nice. Very vintagey too. So, guys, I don't want these cookies. Like, is it a way to? No, 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 no. Can't. Okay. Save my preferences. Okay, perfect. So, now let's see. Let me zoom it out a little bit. And shout out to Providence. Them boys just won. One of the boys that played there or plays there, one of my alma mater. Shout out to him, man. One of my alma mater, Columbus, Georgia. Shout out to him, man. Jalen Sellers, bro. They pulled that off. Them boys hooped. Them boys hooped. They beat Creighton. That's what's up. They needed that win bad. It was, yeah. All right. They said for those moving to the Nashville area, nah. We want to see these dorms. We want to see these. We want to see these dorms, man. We want to see what this look like. They got the hotels right here. They let you know what the hotel near. I want to see these dorms. So I ain't getting none with this housing information. So I'm gonna type in. Let me try it again. I don't like this website. This is the School of Nursing. You see how they do you? Let's try. Let's go back real quick. What the? Y'all see this? I'm gonna try dorms. What the? They do not. Okay, Vanderbilt, they have all this money. They don't have a nice. They need to work on their website. This website is not smooth. Is I'm y'all see? Am I crazy right now? Am I crazy right now? I'm not seeing nothing. All right, let's try this. All right. I guess we just had to do that. I don't know what's going on with their website. But and another reason why I always tell students another reason why I always tell students that you should start at the 2-year and bridge to a 4-year is because when you stay on campus, you see how they got first year housing, you're like obligated as a freshman. Usually, it depends on the school rules. Usually, you're obligated to stay on campus your first year. I don't know why they do that. And then sometimes, because you're so young, they don't even want you driving on campus. You know, they don't want you wrecking their stuff, being crazy. So that's another reason why I always say it was better to go to a community college and start at a community college. Plus, your credits transfer over. Two, when you get your associate's degree, you're more likely to work and get a better job. I was explaining that to a student today. Like, hey, if you get your associates, if you get it, you have full range to do as you please. But when I was at my community college and I got my 2 associate degrees back here, that set me up to work. I like working for the government. I like working for the state. They always get the best holidays. So I knew that was perfect when I was in college because I knew I would have like 2 weeks off leading up to like the end of the semester in December. Like you see, just stuff like that. Just like when you have holidays, like depending where you I got so used to working with the state and government on stuff. I'm not even gonna tell you no story. working with the federal government and working with the state. Um, it's people work, man. Hey, the workforce, y'all work because y'all be working on holidays. Like a lot of people still gonna be working on Monday, on Dr. King Day, Dr. Martin Luther King. A lot of people still gonna be working, like business to business. Some people like, hey, we still working. And so, like, yeah, I'm gonna just keep that pushing though. So let's see what they're talking about with this housing, because we still haven't seen nothing about no pictures about housing yet. And this is supposed to be a top-notch school. We still haven't seen nothing about no pictures or nothing. It says go to the housing website on a computer, not your cell phone. All right, now we getting somewhere. Now we're digging in here. Now we're getting somewhere. You see, it wasn't like this. It was not working like this for us. Now we getting in there. So, all right, where's the first? They got housing assignments. Interesting. What is a housing assignment? People be like, you don't know what this school? I'm like, nah, I don't know this school. I'm trying to find like pictures of housing. It looked like they call it it's Ingram Commons. I was about to say they call it the Instagram Commons. It's crazy. So getting a little closer. Oh, come on, guys. I still don't see no pictures. So I'm just going to stop it there and let you take it from there if you want to. But you know what I am going to find for you real quick while I'm on this website? I am going to find those tuition and fees. And once again, it's doing that craziness. Don't know what that is. But if I want to find tuition and fees taking a longer way, I'll go to admissions, financial aid. It's not in there probably. It should be. Let me try it. Academics. Nah, it should have been under admissions. It's usually under admissions, then it separates itself. Where is it? Hey, you want to go to this school? You see what I'm dealing with? This is not my school. This is not my. They got that football team and stuff working, but they do not got what you need on here. Crazy. I'm gonna try this refresh button. Still not working. All right. I tried. Can't spend too much time on that. I gotta keep your attention. But I'm pretty sure if I looked up there, because it's a private school on top of that, Vanderbilt, I did not know. Once again, they were private. But since they're private, you already know that it's gonna be an arm and a leg to go here, probably. Might do a review on Vanderbilt University because I didn't even know they were private, but they also just expanded their institution more, which is good for the school. Every time a school expands, more jobs for people, better for students. Now you can get students on, I believe they said the West Coast. Now you got students going to school at Vanderbilt and they say, oh, I'm from the West Coast. And that builds connections if they want to go to that school as well. Just touching his mic. So that is that on that topic right there for the moment being. Let's backtrack real quick. Let's backtrack. I got a new message again. I got another message. Got another message. Y'all can't see that. Y'all can't see that. Y'all can't see that. All right. Where is the? Oh, I didn't even pull it up. Give me a few seconds, guys. Let me pull this up for you. Higher. Should have been at the top. It should have been other. Yeah. Yep. And then. Boop, boop, boop. All right, bet. Is this it? All right, yeah, that's it. That's the one I want to cover. Is it? I didn't. I didn't know they put the average debt on here. Real quick. Hold on, real quick, y'all. Y'all might get mad at me, but y'all need to see this. I did not know they put the average debt on here. Can I close that? Oh, even better. So look, I didn't even know they put the average debt on here. What the freak? Yo, Providence almost about to let this game slip away again. This is crazy. It's like 4 seconds left. It's a 3-point game now. I'm getting, hold on now. Wait a minute. Who got the ball? This is crazy. That's a little red. Suspect. Like the game was like a 6 or 9-point game with like 20 seconds left. It's 4.4 seconds left. Like, come on now. Referee, what are you saying right now? This is terrible officiating. Like, this game should be over. Oh my. Look, they couldn't get the ball in. So look, they saying the average grant aid for MIT is about $58,000. This is Forbes, which is interesting. I didn't even see this. Now I got to go into this. This is interesting. What's that? Let me see. Can I slide that over? The median 20-year salary, 82 grand. So they're saying the median, you're going to get about 20. All right, we get it. All right, you don't got to do all that. Oh, wow. How did you go from that to that? Okay. Let me filter again. I'll just hit the back button and go back in. I don't know how we got like that, but let's see the list. I'm going to close that. All right. So that's median 20-year salary, but I guess it's worth it because they're saying like, hey, if you go to MIT, your median 20-year salary is going to be about $200K and you're going to get $12,000 in average debt. If that's true, that's pretty good. And then they said the average grant aid is, like I said, 58,000. In Columbia, it's about 65,000, and grant aid average debt 14 or 15K. And you make about 160K a year. That's pretty good. Damn, what about the regular schools? These schools paying big dollars if you go here. Like the debt don't even matter at that point. Shoot, run it up. Run it up. Run it up. But I want y'all to be clear. You're not about to make that if you are. I'm just gonna leave it alone. If y'all want to talk about that again, let me know. But I'll leave that alone for y'all because usually people think, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We are in a time and space. People think that if you go to one of these schools, everything is over, everything is done. And you know what we don't hear enough of? We don't hear enough people saying, hey, I went to that top-notch school, that that top 5 school, one of these top 5 schools, but I didn't make that type of money when I went to that top-notch school, you know? So I always keep that in mind. You never hear about those stories. You never hear about them stories. You are never going to hear about people admitting that I was one of those people. You know, you just don't hear that at all. So one of the articles I did want to talk about real quick, I'm going to share with you all. I'm gonna close that out real quick because keeping the apps closed help the live screen run very smooth and better. Helps it a lot. So let me switch the color real quick too. No, I'm gonna go green. It's not even changing no more. And I don't want to mute myself. I'll just take white. I'll take white because I passed green again. I'll take white. So all right. So I'm thinking y'all can see. So this is called the game within the game. Wait, real quick, while we on the debt subject. I actually came across this video right quick. Good catch, Henry. Good catch. That was a good catch. YouTube, that was a great catch. I just caught that. And then while I mute this and let this play. All right, so we're gonna play this 2-minute clip. It's very short. It's like 2 minutes. I feel like it's good to just let you all listen back and listen to this. But it's an ongoing topic, trying to fear tactic, trying to scare you a little bit. Let me make this bigger for you. Share my screen with you all. And then got it. Boom. All right. So this is CNBC. As you can see at the top, it says, while more students are foregoing four-year college. Now, don't fall for that. Do not be fear-mongered or scared. Do not be naively scared, because this person speaking, for example, has probably sent her kid to literally the schools we just showed. Probably sent their kid to one of those top-notch schools, Northwestern, or in fact, sometimes lately, people in high professional jobs have been sending their kids to community colleges, actually, because the kid just not as focused as, the parent was. But do not be scared about what they about to say. I have not watched this either, but I'll probably pause it. I'm determining, since I'm the only one in here, I'll probably pause. If something catches my attention, I'll probably pause it, then let it ride, or I might wait and then just replay everything through. So let's do it.
Been moving away from four-year degrees in favor of certificate and associate degree programs. Enrollment in bachelor's degree programs grew just 0.9%, while enrollment in undergraduate certificate and associate degree programs grew by 1.9% and 2.2% respectively. This is a trend I've been watching for years, but there are some key changes this year that make it even more striking. First, the cost of education. Community college is significantly less expensive. At two-year public schools, tuition and fees averaged $4,150 this year. At four-year in-state public colleges, the cost rises to $11,950. At four-year private colleges, the average cost is $45,000. That's a big difference. Students are also wary of taking on so much debt. More than 42 million Americans hold student loans, with outstanding debt exceeding $1.6 trillion. Among borrowers, 77% report that student debt is a huge burden, and 63% say that their education was not worth the impact that debt had on their overall well-being. Some college graduates are also finding it harder to land jobs, as a portion of entry-level positions are increasingly displaced by artificial intelligence.
AI is one of many factors that is impacting the job market currently. Of course, there's a lot going on with the economy. There's a lot going on with the federal administration at the moment. And then AI, of course, is emerging and changing and redefining what jobs will look like, especially for early talent. So AI certainly is playing a role in the experience many of our students are facing.
The current administration is also incentivizing short-term training programs. Under President Donald Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill, passed by Congress last July, students enrolling in workforce training programs at community colleges are now eligible for Pell Grants, a form of aid awarded solely based on financial need. Some experts I talked to told me that this is especially valuable for students concerned about the cost of schooling. However, the shift toward short-term programs could add to revenue strain at four-year colleges, worsening enrollment declines and rising costs. This isn't just bad news for colleges. It could also hurt the job market over time. While college graduates are currently struggling to find work, that may change. And it could be even more important to have a four-year degree going forward. Georgetown University projects that by 2031, 42% of jobs will require at least a bachelor's degree. In 2024, about 25% of US jobs required at least a bachelor's degree for entry.
All right. That was some good information. I'm not even gonna lie, that was some good information. And you wanna know the best part about it? We covered everything. We're so up to speed on everything, which is making me feel really good because it's like I'm giving you closest information. Like I be surfing the internet for like I say I surf about 1 hour for sure, but maybe extra like close to 2 before I hop on the live screen because I do this when I get off work or come from the gym. I hop on and I look for stuff, guys, because usually everything gets posted during the week. These are people who work regular jobs. It's not like stock market. It's not like any other career field where they post information over the weekend, unless it's like breaking news. So yeah, they are saying that fall 2025 term enrollment trends, which just came out not too long ago. Um, Associate degrees were well, it wasn't really. Let's clarify. At least according to they got this from the National Student Clearinghouse Research Center, so I guess I can't argue too much with it. But what they showed was that from if you go watch our live stream about, I believe it was the return on investment is worsening for college. Um, we spoke on how like the data showed certificate programs were showing a big increase at community colleges, and it was certificate programs and something else. It's like very short-term things. But students are enrolling more for associate's degree compared to when I was in school, when I first enrolled at a community college. Um that's kind of interesting because when I enrolled at a community college, I felt like usually a community college you have older people who are going back to school. And there's nothing wrong with that. But at the time when I went, I was a standout because it wasn't many younger people doing it. It was like everybody was going to the university, which leads to now. So you see, they get saying that look, more people get associates, then they're getting their undergraduate certificate. So that would technically fall under associate's degree because when you get an undergraduate certificate, you can get one at a university for a bachelor's, but you can also get this at a more likely at a 2-year community college. But it's interesting that they always have somebody like who's a personal finance reporter talking about higher education. I hope she didn't break the data down herself because if you didn't go to school for higher education, that data could be very complicated and very detailed. You can't just compile stuff. It's very detailed and very differentiated, if I said that word right. You just have to really understand like how it should be broke down. Let's keep going though. And so what else they said was that look, tuition and fees 2025, 2026. We talk about this all the time on the live screen. We talk about this all the time. We always say at the end of the video, look, hey, if I was you, I wouldn't transfer to this institution. We always do a college review. Why? Because this reason right here. They're literally saying, look, at 2-year colleges, they got this from the College Board. I need to see what the College Board is. They got this from the College Board 2025, November. That's their source. That's what I like about CNBC and places like Professionals. They post their source because a lot of YouTubers don't post their source, and I need to know your source. And so 2-year public colleges, they say that's like 4,000 for the year. I think they exaggerated a little bit, but I guess they had to probably compile it for all 50 states. But like I told you, I was paying about 3,000 for the year, so I guess they right on it. But 4-year in-state public colleges, that's in tuition and fees. You looking at $12,000. Remember, you divide that by 2. That's like $6,000 per semester you need. Now, if you're a Pell Grant student, you are automatically in debt. I don't want to hear nothing about it. You're automatically in debt. Unless your school has some resources for you, you're in debt. And that's not a white color either, y'all. It's like a lime color. You're automatically in debt. This is why I say you need to start a 2-year and bridge to 4-year. And sometimes, like, I don't even know if they factor in. That's what I say about data, guys. I don't even know if they factor in, like, if you divide this by 2, I don't know if they factor in meal plans and housing. That's like so important because they're just showing you this but they don't never show you like, hey, this is because meal plans and housing. This is how I'll be telling you they're kind of using it as a fear tactic for you not to go to college. Like, you got to understand this is what they do a little bit. And you should go to college, but you should stay off campus and don't get a meal plan and don't get housing. Because you can stay off campus and still get a meal plan, which I don't recommend. This is why it's so important what we talk about. This is why it's so important. I feel like it's gonna be a good live screen to play back because I'm constantly showing you the screen. Like, I try my best not to put the camera on me. And you already know what we say, guys. If you go private, you might as well go Ivy at this point, or a top tier school close to Ivy. That's all I'm gonna say. Leave it at. So then they get into the next part. They say 42 million Americans hold student loans. We already know outstanding debt exceeding 1 trillion. I think it's 1.7 actually now, but we'll let them have it. 1.6. They said among those with the student loan debt, 77% call it a huge burden, and 63% say the education they receive has not been worth the impact student loan debt has had on their overall well-being. So people who got student loan debt was probably on that top tier Forbes list, believe it or not. But a lot of times the schooling does pay off. Coming from a person who didn't go to a #1 ranked institution or a top 5 institution or a top 10 institution, usually the education pays off. It pays off. The thing is, people this comes into money. This comes into people, if all my people out there who teach finance and do budgeting and stuff on YouTube channels, this is where this comes in. Like, people don't know how to live below their means. It starts in college. Then after college, they feel like they deserve this newest everything because they work really hard. That's what they've been told, which is bullshit, which is bull crap. Just because you went to college and worked hard for 4 or 5 years, like almost spent a decade, but like just anybody who spent longer, that doesn't guarantee that you are deserving of whatever you feel like you deserve because you went to college. College, see, that's our problem. Like I say, proud American in the Air Force Reserves. But that's our problem here in this country sometimes. You feel like when you do something good, you feel like you deserve it. What? Who told you that? Just because you feel like you did something that you were supposed to do, like college should be a necessity, if you ask me. Like, they say, oh, you don't need to go to college, but college is mandatory. College is mandatory. I don't care what you say. From the time you went to college your freshman year to the time you leave, you're going to be different. You're going to be different. No matter how much you want to say you're not, you're going to be different. When you pick up a book and you read pages every day, your mind is shifting. That's why it hurts. That's why people say, it's these words, I don't understand. Because you're shifting the brain or retraining the brain. Let's keep going. They said AI is not just ending entry-level jobs, it's the end of the career ladder as we know it. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. I use AI every day in my job. My job is working with humans. So unless we got something that's ready to talk to humans and replace me, AI definitely helps me with them emails. Let me tell you how much AI helped me. I had 70 emails on my day coming back to work, being out due to military. I had like 70 emails. AI helped me clean that up in a week. No exaggeration. I keep templates in my OneNote. There's some game if you work. People probably do this all the time. It's probably not a secret, but I keep templates of things that common questions or just things students might ask. I keep a template in my OneNote, very organized. I call it templates as a page in my OneNote, and I copy and paste the answer to the student. And then if it's something that's complicated and I can't put it really, like I'm trying to hurry up and get to a student because I might have an appointment with students and stuff, right? AI helps me fix that sentence fast. It helps me fix that paragraph. I type it up to the best of my knowledge, all that grammar and stuff, and then it fixes it. Makes it sound good and clean and very understanding for that student. I think AI is just making it fair for everybody. That's what AI is doing. AI is just making it fair. That's what AI is doing. It's making it fair. If you're not using AI right now and you say you don't know how to do anything, like this is the time to catch up on everything, man. Like this is the time. Like this is like a unique situation to be living in right now. And I'm blessed and fortunate to be 26 years old in the midst of it. She didn't really say nothing. They said AI puts the squeeze on new grads and the colleges that promise to make them employable. I said this was gonna happen. Everybody says that, but all I'm gonna just leave it alone. I'm not even gonna say I said because I don't got proof. Probably you just have to go watch my old videos, but I'm pretty sure I said that. Just work with humans, man. Try to get in a job that just with humans. That's my advice. We're just AI is not there yet with human communication thoroughly, like where it can replace me talking to students, building out a plan, what they should do. Like they still need somebody to talk to. So, but hey, my bank tellers, I don't even know why we still have bank tellers right now. I feel like that is a job that's slowly fading. I can't tell you the last time I went into a bank. I think they give people time in jobs like that because that right there, we could have been. Shout out to bank tellers though. They help me when I do need it though. They help me when I do need it. And we talked about this. We literally have a live stream of this. I wish I was doing this at the time when Trump and them did all this with the one big beautiful bill and went live. I was literally watching this and talking about these changes that are coming in 2026. Wasn't long. I literally put the time stamps in there, but I really wish. All I'm saying is, I really wish I could have. I really could have wished I could have showed y'all that, but it's literally Donald Trump and them. Boasting about writing some off. So it says Pell Grants, a form of aid awarded solely based on financial aid needs. Some people don't know what that is. Believe it or not, some people don't know what Pell Grant is. And then right here, somebody said a perfect storm. Some people said a perfect storm. More colleges at risk as enrollment falls and financial pressure mounts. I don't know how to feel about that. Of course, it's going to affect like people who work jobs. Like this going to affect your professors. It's going to affect like certain job departments at the college. But I just don't know how to feel about that because we still have these colleges paying student athletes in college. So I don't think colleges, I think you're gonna have a lot of colleges who are like, if you're not a top tier college or a known college, like the only state college, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. That go for students, that go for staff, that go for professors. If you're like a school, like let's say how you got a state college in that one city, you're good. If you're a top tier college, you're good. But if you are like a college, if you live in one of those areas and it's like 3 or 4 or 5 colleges, you're in trouble. Your school might be in trouble. That's what they mean, like more colleges at risk as enrollment falls and financial pressures mount. That's why Vanderbilt just bought a college recently. They just bought a small college out there in California, like we talked about, or at least on the West Coast. This is what we're talking about. You're going to have more schools like Vanderbilt that you're going to, now I got a theoretical perspective. You're going to have schools like Vanderbilt, top tier schools like Vanderbilt and many more, for example, buying the small schools. So then that's what's going to cost, I feel like, more. That's even going to make college more expensive because schools like Vanderbilt, these top tier schools and more, they just gonna be buying up the little schools, and the little schools are gonna have to start combining with bigger schools. So not like community colleges, smaller universities, then you're going to be forced to either pay the same price of what that small college used to pay or charge, or you're gonna have to pay Vanderbilt prices, for example. So what that does, that's going to make college education more, it's going to make it more not accessible to you. You're not going to have access to this college, to going to college. It's only going to get higher. It's only going to get higher. So you can either learn about 2-year colleges, learn to stay off campus, learn to not get a meal plan, learn how to budget, learn how to get your associate's degree, learn how to turn your associate's degree into some money, and grow up. It's a reason why they banned me off Instagram. I didn't even have 200 followers. I didn't even have 200 followers, and somebody said I was doing fraud. I didn't make a penny on Instagram. Got to use the bros right now because I didn't make a penny on Instagram. They said it was fraud. What? You let everybody that looks like me in my culture post guns, all this crazy stuff, drugs, all this crazy stuff on that platform, for example, and I got banned. People didn't even believe me because my platform wasn't big enough to get banned. All I said and talked about was how college deans and presidents and college football and basketball of any coaches don't matter, make hundreds and thousands and millions of dollars, and they don't even contribute. All they contribute is to making money, like a pro style that they complain about now, a pro style business model in college, and it's college. But you ban me though. You ban me, bro. I don't even know why. I'm not tripping though. I just hope these kids, these parents, these teachers, and I just hope they watch it, man. I just hope they get a taste of it, this video or these live streams, because you're distracted. If you're not watching this and peaking game on this higher education game we're spitting for you, you're just distracted right now. And it's okay, because I will be consistent and I will wait on you till that one day you get this live stream and you play it through, you skip through and say, dang, hold on, what he say? He said I should stay off campus. He said I should make sure I find a school in a smaller area while you can, because they are going to charge reasonable prices for you when you stay off campus. I can't guarantee you the grocery prices, but I can tell you that things are going to be more affordable. Everything's going to be in a closer distance. You don't have to worry about crazy traffic in smaller places. Then when you go for, like me, I went to grad school. I worked my way up. I went from a small city to a small city. Then when I got my associates, got my bachelor's, and I said, okay, I got a bachelor's. Now I can get a pretty decent paying job while I go get my master's. Then I went to the I went to the outskirts. Then I went to a bigger school, though, for Georgia State. Then I made my way to my master's. But it's a reason why they banned me on Instagram. It's a reason why they banned me. They didn't even have that many followers. That's all I'm saying. Let's keep going, though. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Where we at?
Struggling to find work, that may change. And it could be even more important to have a 4-year degree going forward. Georgetown University projects that by 2031, 42% of jobs will require at least a bachelor's degree.
If I'm not mistaken, if you go dig in our live streams, we spoke on that. Georgetown University, shout out to Georgetown University. Georgetown University said in 2023, I think we covered this. If not, I found this. When Chronicle Higher Education, shout out to them, probably reposted it or something, but they said 42% of jobs in 2031 will require at least a bachelor's degree. 42% of jobs in 2031 will require at least a bachelor's degree. CNBC is trying to help you right now. But you know, I know something. Ain't nobody gonna pay attention to the last minute. They tell you don't need a college degree. You believe it. Not them, like the wealthy. They do play a role in that. But you're listening to people on YouTube who don't have college degrees. I literally have 3 degrees right now showing in front of you. That's why I hold them up here. I can have these in my office at my job, but I have them on this live stream to show you that I'm credible. I did the dirty work. I went to college. I went and got the master's in this career field. I worked a lot of hours to make sure I wasn't missing nothing. Since I got out of high school, I jumped straight into higher education. Didn't know it was my passion, but time tells you as you stay. Worked, learned. I feel like I'm missing something else. And I do it on my spare time because it's just valuable. It's just valuable. 42% of jobs in 2031 doesn't seem far, but it seems far. It's not far. We're about to go into 2027 already. It's 2026. It's already going to be February. Only people who shouldn't worry is, I guess, the class of 2031 or 2032, because they're going to be just getting out of high school. But it's going to be even harder for them to go to college because they're probably not even studying it, worrying about this live stream because they're probably in 8th grade, 7th grade right now. You did? Pay attention. These people don't waste their time in these schoolhouses. Time is money. These people are not wasting time in college just to show you bull crap statistics about 42% of jobs in 2031 will require at least a bachelor's degree. That's gonna raise the value of my degree, hopefully. But guys, please pay attention to the signs on the wall.
42% of jobs will require at least a bachelor's degree. In 2024, about 25% of U.S. jobs.
It says in 2024, 25% of U.S. jobs required at least a bachelor's degree for entry in 2024. That's a high number, yo. That's a high number. You hear people complain about that now. But then a lot of people, again, are complaining, hey, I can't get a job with my bachelor's degree. I can't get a job with my bachelor's degree. But then again, some people, I know a lot of people saying it's hard to get a job because you're going to be over here with me in the military if you don't get an education. You got to get not doing the talking loud in the hallway. You got to get yourself an education, y'all. I was a big anti going to college person. I was go get a trade. You'll be good. I was that person like, hey, all I need is a certificate and I'm working. I was not worrying about going to get no bachelor's, no master's. I was laughing at people when they told me that. They say, yeah, you gonna get your associates, you go get your bachelor's, you go get your master's. I said, you crazy. For what? But it changes you, man. Like, you just get more flexibility. I'm gonna be honest with you, get more flexibility.
Required at least a bachelor's degree for entry.
And that's it. That's it. I mean, it's that simple. Like, it's really that simple, guys. There it go. It fits in itself a little bit. Like, it's really that simple for you to save money and make money in college. It's really that simple. Start a 2-year. Make sure my bad. Before you start that 2-year, make sure the dream 4-year you want to go to, make sure they have articulation agreement with that 2-year. Then go to that 2-year. Then when you go to that 2-year, get your associate's degree, then bridge that with a 4-year. But you need to make sure that that 4-year has your major that you want to do. You need to make sure, because you don't want to lock yourself in. You don't want to lock yourself in. That's why you should come talk to us. You should come speak with us. I probably won't do because I need to catch up on my posting review colleges, and I don't want to overwork myself. So I probably won't do a college. No, I'm not going to do a college review today. We'll jump back on those, of course, Tuesday when we go live. Yeah, when we go live on Tuesday, we'll start back doing the college review. I feel like we'll have a better week next week. We're gonna go live on Monday for MLK special. It's only respect to go live for MLK. We're gonna do it probably at an earlier time though, not this late, because it's a holiday. It's a federal holiday, man. Dr. King, he got his doctorates. We're gonna pay respects. It's education. He got doctorates. I'm gonna play a higher education clip. I can't be in higher education and not show love to a person who got their doctoral. That just don't make sense. I don't, all besides, him doing everything we had today. But most of all, it's a time to really like, hey, let's crank that up on Monday. So I hope people come. I hope people come show up and pay respects instead of worrying about a freaking college football game. We had enough entertainment, man. Like, I've been entertained so much in my life. I'm just tired of entertainment. I'll be honest with you. I'm just tired. I'm tired of being entertained. I'm tired of being entertained and people getting successful off my entertainment or me watching them for entertainment. I'm tired of that. It's time for somebody else to be the entertainment. It's time. It shouldn't be this hard for people to want to be educated. And Dr. King was one of those people that spoke on that. He was one of them people that spoke on we should be educated. I can't quote nothing famous, but we should be educated. This is me not even talking about anything else on the live stream. Like, this is not a higher education topic. It is a higher education topic, but it's not me reading anything right now. This is me just being honest and frank as I wrap this up. Like, I don't think people understand how it feels if you are this person. Like, you have any disabilities, you can relate to this for sure. And some people just have a great understanding. The feeling of looking at something and you can't comprehend it when you read it is a terrible feeling. That's the worst feeling. As a person that was like that, I used to look at things and couldn't comprehend it. Like, I know what it felt like. The probability of being wrong all the time was like 90% for me. It used to be 10% I was right. And then when I started being right, when I started college, it felt good to start being right about something. But not having the confidence to know that you could be right, which is part of education, because education makes you more confident. Because education increases the probability of you being correct on something. That's what it's about. It's not about being correct all the time or 100% or 110% of the time. It's about being right majority of the time in life. Something that your parents can teach you, something your grandma can teach you, whoever is positive in your life, they can teach you that. That's the beauty of education. That's why I tell people when I say education, you notice I talk about college and why you should go, but it doesn't have to be solely in a college. You have to listen to people who come before you. Like, if you listen to a lot of older people and you take their advice instead of trying to do it yourself and listen to them, try to do it yourself and do it your way, that'll save you a lot. Now, sometimes I get it. You just got to go through it. Been there. Sometimes it don't take that for me. It shouldn't take that for you. But I'm just tired. It's not just me. It's a lot of people out there. We just tired of being entertained. Like that football game is going to end on Monday, and you're probably going to want to go to that university, whichever one who wins. You're probably going to want to go to either Indiana or University of Miami just because they won the national championship. You're going to want to go there now. And, you know, you're not even looking at the prices of how much they're going to charge you. You're not looking at, do they have your major? You're not looking at, do you believe in the cultural values of that institution? You know, I felt like that's what made me choose Georgia State in grad school, because my first school at my 2-year, I just went to school. Luckily it was a community college. University, I looked for pricing. I looked for the best school that had connections and who had decent prices to give me a return on investment. Then grad school, I wanted to be more in the culture, as many would say, because I've been away from that for so long since high school at a Title I. I wanted to be back in that and see where the mindsets were, and that felt pretty good. The experience at Georgia State, I'm hard on that school because I went there and I know Georgia State could be a lot better. So I'm hard on the school. I'm not hard on the school because I don't like the school. I'm hard on the school because they could be a lot better. They're in the Mecca of Atlanta. They have all the, my goodness, it's just like the unmatched potential that they're not tapping into yet. And so they're doing a lot of things at the school that doesn't really promote excellence in the school, by the celebrities they bring to the school, the standards they have for the students. Especially them kids look like me. And so you're not setting a good standard for them on the way they're dressing, going to class, on the way they're carrying themselves, confidence about themselves, the way they're acting like they don't even go to college. And so, and I don't want to hear it because they're in undergraduate, because I didn't act like that in undergraduate. Like, I get everybody's not gonna be 100% like that, but the bar you set is the bar you follow. And so, or fall below, like limbo. So I really don't want to hear it personally. I do want to hear it though, but I don't want to hear it. It's not really up for debate. That's just the truth about it. But I do want to hear some people opinions. I do want to hear some people opinions about it. But yeah, we're gonna show love Dr. King on Monday. MLK special. I feel like he would love this. I feel like he would love this channel. I feel like anybody would love this channel. They probably won't like when I talk about HBCUs, but I got to keep it real. If your pricing is crazy and it's not helping kids, really, if you helping majority of the time, I get it. You can't save everybody. But if you're not helping majority of the time and it's negative, we got a problem. So remember, it's all about probabilities. But that's all we're gonna talk about today. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. It was a great live stream, I feel like. And I will see you all Monday. I'm gonna be working. Probably gonna get off this live stream, eat a little bit, chill. And your boy's gonna be editing, waking up early, editing, learning stocks a little more, options. Disclaimer, not financial advisor. And we just grinding. Play this for everybody. How they say in the punchline, play this for everybody in the classroom, not in the back or whatever, the funeral. No, play this for people in the classroom. I want to be in your classroom. I want to be on your professor's screen for about 10 minutes, 5 minutes. I'm gonna start shopping this around. Like, hey, play me in the class. Check me out. Listen to me a little bit. Check me out. Hey, play me real quick. Just pop me in there pop me, like music when they be like, hey, play my mixtape. Hey, play my live stream, man. Check my live stream out. I be talking a good game. I be showing you how to save money in college. Play my live stream. So I'm excited about that though. That's why I got to clip some stuff up, man. Like, play my live screen. Hey, it'll help you. Play my live screen. But that's all. Peace, chicken grease. And thank you everybody who showed up for the little time. I really appreciate it every time. I always appreciate that. I appreciate it so much. And I appreciate the likes and subscribes. Because you don't have to show up a little bit. So always grateful for the people who do listen. And I'll see you all Monday, Tuesday, and you know the regular schedule because we here. Peace, chicken grease. Don't forget us. Stay safe. Don't do nothing crazy. And remember, always understand and know your surroundings.